You know, like it ball, but I want you to leave. Um, bring the fade down just a little bit. Not don't make it so high, but you know, still the same. Right. Okay. You know, it's time for us to start asking questions and doing something that's called thinking. Because the way our society is set up right now, everything that's been put in place, you don't have to think.
Yeah. I want a nationality. I like that.
Yeah, no, we do have a nationality.
Yeah, I'm with that. Like,
Kyrie Irving said that shit, nigga. He made me so proud.
what do you say?
He said, "We are a people who are void and have been robbed of nationality.
That's right.
We are the only people on the planet
Just listening.
who identify ourselves as a color
Right.
that exists in a motherfucking child's crayon box.
What's that? Yeah, I'm tired of that.
Your black tells you how you look.
Yeah.
It does not tell you who you are.
Yep.
You about to die.
Or your on my battery.
Yeah.
Or it's a classification.
Yes,
You
it is a more aptly, it is a legal
Yep.
status.
That's sad, man.
It is a legal status. And people don't understand that. I'm glad that you finally
Yeah.
understand the principle that's behind it.
Yeah.
You know.
So so there would be a controversy to if Noble Drew Ali has the answer.
No. There is no controversy, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And Barack Obama solved that for us.
All right.
Do you know what he did?
What's up?
He signed into law making the United States privy and subject to the United
Nationalism.
the United Nations rights and proclamation of indigenous people.
Of indigenous.
Right.
Who can do this?
We can.
Okay, but
You need to read it. And I could read it for you and bring it alive.
indigenous people.
The rights of indigenous people.
Mm-hmm.
What you remember? We just take your mind back briefly to a discussion we had, but in the difference of the words native, indigenous, and aboriginal. Do you remember that conversation?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
Oh, yeah,
Then talk to me about it.
No, I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember having it.
All right. Okay.
That
So
was last time.
the Native Americans, the Indians they call them,
Mm-hmm.
are they aboriginal, native, or indigenous? Then I just gave you the answer. They're native. Native means that you traveled there a very long time ago and settled there. That is native. Now, the difference between native and the two words indigenous and aboriginal, do you know what that basically means? And I'm going to make it real simple for you. Do you know what that means? Those are the people who fucking grew out of the earth in that place.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Indigenous.
Yes, and more aptly, aboriginal. Before origination. We are the people of the earth. You understand?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on that, because that's why I say about that's why I was telling the story about the history of my understanding of it, because I
Right.
even know about like CCC code stuff like that. And how,
That's a game that you will have to chase for the rest of your life and never win.
Mhm.
It's not about that. Because they've got the game so it's so in steeped through their legalese that the average corporation and powers that be have really no idea or know what to do with what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
Recapturing your birth certificate, utilizing the bottomless pit account that account number is your social security number. What you have to understand is it's really not that. You have to understand that everything is a tracking number that is attached to a living being. And all of those things that I just mentioned to you, birth certificate, marriage certificate, as well as social security card and number, are basically certifications of a live person. And what does in this current paradigm, what does a live person do in order to live? They have to work. They have to put time and labor into the system. And that is the exact bare bottom line basis of what we call the World Stock Exchange. We're not trading commodities. What is a commodity? I don't want nothing off the top or the beard, you know that. A commodity has to be sown, taken care of, harvested, and refined and produced by what? Human beings. They're not trading commodities. They're trading and speculating and making money on the labor of the people who are currently alive and cataloged within this system. There's no, oh shit, there's no financier or economist who could argue that point with me. You could have a PhD in economics and you cannot make an argument against what I just said. You hear what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the commodity and the things that they have as the mask over the human slave labor trade stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. This is the basic bottom line. What did you know before the end of slavery, there was no such thing as a fucking social security number? Do you know before then
Did that come along?
the social security number? That came the social security number was a direct act and action that came as a result of the Federal Reserve Act being enacted into law. When did when did the Federal Reserve Act get signed into law? 1913. What is so significant about 1913 and the year previous to 1913? The crash of the market. That is when the actual stock market was based on real commodity. Okay? Along with human labor. But it was actually in the commodity pre 1913, pre Federal Reserve Act. What's another significant thing about America before the Federal Reserve Act? The Federal Reserve Act took us from the gold standard of economics to the Federal Reserve banking system. And what is the difference? Do you know?
The Federal Reserve note.
Right. What gives the Federal Reserve note value?
Well, it's supposed to be backed by silver and gold.
No, it's not.
It's not. No.
No, it's not.
I know it's not.
The system. This is what happened. This is what happened in real history. After the introduction of the Federal Reserve Act, immediately following that was something instituted, created, and put into law called the Gold Act. And what the Gold Act did was made it illegal for any American any American citizen in America to own gold bullion and gold coinage. So the Gold Act essentially robbed the American people of any wealth, because the true wealth, hold on,
say that again. We couldn't own any of it.
They made it illegal. The Gold Act, which was instituted after the Federal Reserve Act in 1913, made it illegal for private citizens to own gold coinage and bullion. To rob us of wealth and to institute a currency that was based on nothing, in which they controlled the value of. Which you have to understand this. It's not like becoming the president. When you control the value of the money, by default you control everything else that's governed by that system. Money is the ultimate trump card. If you control the money, you control the world.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck controlling a government. Your government is going to be slave to my financial and economic system.
Right, exactly.
So I don't have to control you per se.
So is that where the Rothschild come in?
Yes.
Well, how they? I mean, so they come out of that lineage to get the power too.
Well, this is you have to
That must be
understand.
true.
This is what you have to understand. This started a very long time ago,
Right.
and their idea was to basically through all means of subversion was to gain control of the commodity in which a particular economic system is based on, because all economies were based on different things, but they were actually the thing that it had in common, they were all based on things that are tangible. Okay, what they did is they gained control of a mass majority of whatever resource that was the the driving force of that particular economy, and then once they had a monopoly on it, they outlawed the use of said commodity, and they held all of the gold and lied to the people and created a currency in which they created that was based on nothing. It sounds real stupid, right?
So they got all the gold and still digging and just keep this
right.
Just still been saving.
Right.
Just holding on.
They control. See, that's why I was.
Musa, what happened? Why he gave up his gold, man? He was rich, man.
You have to understand. You have
Right?
to understand about Mansa Musa. What was Mansa Musa? He was an African, right? What has been the reason for the downfall of Africans as the pinnacle of society and culture? Our humanity. Mansa Musa gave away his gold. Why did he do that? Tupac said it best. There's a rap he has called "Hold Your Head," and I'm gonna quote his line. He said, "Currency means nothing if you still ain't free. Money breeds jealousy. Take the game from me. I hope for better days. Trouble comes naturally. Running from the police till they capture me." What is he saying to you? Currency means nothing if you still ain't free. Money don't mean nothing if you don't understand what position you're in, what status you're in. You can have all the money in the world, and if you're still black, you have no power to affect real change. And if you do try to affect change in this paradigm as a black man, they're going to kill you. Why do they have the ability to kill you? Because your legal status says that you are nothing. So you don't represent any portion of the world who would have your back in case something foul went down. Exactly. That's what it boils down to.
No land to retreat to.
Right. No land to retreat to. No one to speak on your behalf. No identity. That's why the black man is still in the very same position economically, politically, and spiritually that they were in the day that they were emancipated.
You know what? And this is information Farrakhan knows.
Yes. Yes. He's a charlatan. He's a charlatan.
A what?
A charlatan. A false prophet.
Oh, okay.
A scumbag. A profiteer. A fake. A phony. What he does is Shanghai, bamboozle,
for the power,
and hoodwink for the power and the riches. And all Farrakhan is, he's a pacifier. He uses rhetoric to pacify you. What he does is be angry for you. Therefore, you don't have to be angry because Farrakhan's angry. Thank you. It's a game that I see through with X-ray eyes. Sometimes I feel like,
you like that, a scapegoat.
Man, let me tell you something. I walk around here feeling like Superman sometimes because of my X-ray vision and my super hearing and my super senses.
Tapped in.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's how I be. People don't. People don't.
They
Man,
don't, they don't even
the people.
recognize.
I was just saying to my homeboy the other day. I was mad about something. I was like, dude, I'm tired of messing with these 3D
Right.
people.
That's what they are.
I was tired.
3D
Man.
people.
They're revolving on such a
Small.
plane. And so I'm like, I'm thinking above that. But
Right.
it's hard to remove.
It's hard because the thing about it is you cannot articulate that to the average person and expect to get a conversation that will be fruitful. Because they're going to war against it.
Mm-hmm.
They are afraid.
Yeah,
they are ignorant.
Yep.
Because this is the thing that makes that particular syndrome evident right now. The lack of unity.
Right. Yeah.
We live in a separatist society. And the thing about it that's really puzzling to me, seeing with my superpowers, every other people that exist in this paradigm have unity, therefore they have power, and they display it and show you all the time, but we still don't understand that. Community.
Common unity.
There is no such thing as the black community in America. What is a community? A community is a conglomerate of people who control the economics, politics, and policing of the place where they live. That is the definition of the word community. When you say the word black, you cannot say after that word community, because it is an oxymoron as it pertains to us in thought and in practice.
Yeah.
Okay? There is no economist or Pan-Africanist who could argue that point with me.
Yeah, but so what's your take on dinosaurs?
What's my take on them?
Yeah.
They existed.
Okay. People say they did.
Yeah, Christians say that shit.
Oh yeah?
Yes. Because according to the Bible and Bible historians, the earth is only 6,000 years old, son. It's only 6,000 years old. And in order for the dinosaurs' bodies to decompose back into a carbon fossil fuel, that is a process that does not happen through 6,000 years. They are not at the depth of the earth. Once living animals are a mile with their decomposing bodies under what we now stand on. The earth does not build up that fast over that small span of time. Mm-hmm. Geologically speaking. Mm-hmm. Geologically speaking. You know.
But do you think they were actually really digging up fossils, or there's some
bullshit? No. There's fossil fuel in the earth that they extract. Yes. The dinosaurs lived and they all got killed at one time, which means that not only were they in herds, but you had pockets feeding, drinking water, hunting, and that's why you have the concentration of crude oil in the places that you do. Saudi Arabia, which is a part of Africa, was a lush tropical fucking rainforest at one time. See, you have to understand, fossil fuel is not just in relation to the bodies of dinosaurs. Do you know what really makes oil? The deep composition of organic matter, plant matter. You see. See, when you get to talking about these things, you have to have a very vast understanding of all processes that are involved. You have to. You cannot be, because you'll be unequipped.
You just take society
as it is on face value, and I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Why is that? Because I studied to show myself.
It's hard to survive like that. You don't know.
No, it's very easy. And the people that we talk to,
if you play dumb in this system, it's going to take advantage of it.
And it does to so many of us.
So many people, innocent people,
and
good-hearted people.
No, and they take it.
But you just don't know. You play dumb to the system. You play dumb to life. You don't understand yourself. You don't have no. You can't tell nobody. Look, man, you're not allowed to arrest me. I'm not.
Right.
I'm a sovereign citizen.
Right.
So
they don't understand
stuff
that.
Like that because
you don't have the knowledge.
No understanding.
And plus, you have to understand something else. You're calling yourself a non-existent person. That's what you're saying when you say I'm black. You're saying that I am a person that does not exist and has no standing in society and in law. That's what you're really saying when I am a black person. Everything that you can think of in life as it pertains to this current paradigm, when the word black is put in front of any adjective, I mean, in front of any noun, it makes it bad and negative. Like blackballing, blacklisting. Come on, man.
That's Farrakhan's agenda. Black, 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 black.
Yes,
And he knows
because
it.
and he knows that he's you. You have never heard Louis Farrakhan call himself black. You've never heard it.
No, he's never. He called y'all black though.
No, he calls you black,
Yeah.
and the people of Islam and everybody here black. You have never heard
He referred to himself.
refer to himself as black.
He knows better.
You have never heard Barack Obama call himself black. Barack Obama calls himself what he is, and he is what? A Kenyan. When he was the president, he said, "I'm Kenyan.
As a Kenyan.
I'm
He
Kenyan."
always said that. I was
He-
a Kenyan.
Yeah, he's Kenyan. He's not a fucking black or a Negro or a
But it's
nigger.
good for him. He know that. I don't
No.
know that.
He tried to.
I
He
wouldn't
tried.
know that.
No, there are certain things he can and cannot do. You got to read between the lines, brother Ray. He was telling us, we called him the first black president. He did not. He was trying to teach us, bro. Why are you calling yourself black? You never heard him refer to himself as a person of color. You have to understand one thing fundamentally, Ray. We are numerically more than Europeans worldwide. So how is it that we're people of color? How is it that we are minority? How are we a minority
Because
and
the
we are?
corporations say it so.
No,
We're playing
no,
that game.
because the Europeans
Right.
want to appear superior.
Uh-huh.
So everything in comparison to them is minor. They're major.
All right.
We are what?
All right, so check
Minor.
this out. Now, where do the Europeans who are lost in the sauce out here not playing that game, or they understand it, or they inherited to it, but it's not like their thing every day.
But listen to
Where
me,
do they
right?
fall
Listen
in?
to me. Listen to me. Are they actively relinquishing their white privilege?
No.
Then they're fucking part of the problem, son. They're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. They do not if they are really in a post-racist society, then why is it they do not relinquish white privilege?
Okay. Why would you? Would you?
Yes.
That's not my thing. That's
If
my
I
thing.
if I were white,
I don't know. You know, here's my big.
and if I felt the way that they say that they feel, yes, I would relinquish my white
Here's
privilege.
my thing. This is what I say all the time. If the shoe was on the other foot,
It
y'all
was
be
on the
doing
other.
same shit.
No sir, no sir.
Man.
Ray, stop.
Come on. You don't believe
Ray,
it?
let me ask you a question.
Just black people on the top. And
No.
black people was the ones on TV right now.
No. First of all,
Doing that shit.
there's no such thing as a black person.
Again, you know what I'm saying though. That's all.
So
I'm
now let's take it to its next natural evolutionary level. When we cease being black, that's when the whole world is going to change, my boy.
Okay.
Our humanity was our downfall, bro. We were on top, and we allowed the European to become the dominant race.
Right. But would you just be like,
No,
you know what?
I cannot take good fortune in someone else's subjugation, son. I can't.
Well, yeah.
I can't. I can't. My
I feel you on
spirit,
that one.
my spirit will not allow me,
I feel you on that.
because I am a child of the Most High. Now I can't speak for anybody else.
There's some mean and nasty, ugly people out
Yes,
there. Like I seen a
they're-
guy on a thing the other day. He was like, I hope I make your damn Facebook. You're just too dark.
That's
he was
that's
like, I
because
hope you'll make your Facebook post. He was
but see
outraged.
the thing of it is though, that man does not know who he
was like,
is.
you too dark.
He does not.
He was like, you're
That
just
man.
too dark, my
He
friend.
hates himself.
He said, you too
He
dark,
hates.
my friend.
He hates himself, right?
I was like,
That's hate language. He hates himself. You don't hear white people saying that. You know what? I'm white, but bitch, you're too white. Have you ever heard that? No. Why? Because they love themselves. Only people who hate themselves say things like that, right? And only people who find that funny are other people who hate themselves.
so, okay. So here's my thing though.
Okay.
But as bad as black is, white's not a nationality.
No, it's not. It's a legal status that they take full advantage of. They know that they're
Okay,
Europeans.
so all right, so I'm white.
Right.
I'm white.
You're white.
I'm white.
Okay.
That's it. That's what I'm walking around with.
Right.
It's my legal status.
That's your legal status.
I'm with it.
You're
Now, you see all the looks. You already know the looks I'm gonna get.
right. Right. But see, what people don't understand is that they don't know the reality of that as a legal status. They don't know that. Why? Because they've been indoctrinated into what? White privilege.
You know, so this is why I like the whole Moore thing, because already by default of my birth certificate, I'm black, and I can't just walk around and say all of a sudden
You
I'm
don't
white.
have to be Raymond McNair. You are not Raymond McNair. You didn't choose that name for yourself.
Right.
You're named after a fucking European, you asshole.
Exactly.
That's
At least my mother did that.
Yes. Through no choice of yours. Just like you're not an American citizen.
Well, I was named after my grandfather, who was named
after a fucking
named
European. Okay? Nigga, my name is not David Curry. Even though my father's a European. But I am not David Curry.
Who the fuck you want to be?
You are who you choose to be.
I seen some guy, these were some European people, and they was over in Europe, and they was yelling at the police. No, you can't tell me. They was like, you can't. I'm sovereign. I'm
And the police,
not even really.
And the police didn't do a motherfucking thing.
You can't tell me who I am. You can't give
do
me.
that.
You can't tell me I gotta sign anything.
Nothing.
This and that and the third. There's so much stuff
Right.
they get from us.
Right. Because in order to be subjugated to a system, what do you have to do? You have to agree to it.
You know, all of this, you have to have people that care around you. If you don't have people that care around you, that's the failure right there. That's the failure. Because the people I know, and it's usually your family and stuff like that.
Right, because
they
don't know. See, you gotta
with that.
Right. The only reason that we are in this current paradigm, man, is because we were taught away from everything that is true.
Yep.
On purpose. On purpose. It would be one thing if all this stuff was available and taught to us in school. We'd have a different society right now, man. Come on. And all it takes is for this to be broken, and it begins with the first generation of children who are taught the truth in school, which is going to change.
They're not going to do that enough.
No, it's going to happen.
We have to have our own school.
No, it's going to happen. Because America's going to die. The American system,
ugly death.
it's going to die.
It's be a bad death. Charlotte is a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of just young people. Just
Yeah.
kind of like, like, I could take that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They even call you sir.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I do realize, I'm like, you know what? These young kids really not that bad.
No, they're not.
These kids be actually
Not as what they say.
Sir. Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, not as what they say.
Trying to make us seem like we sir. And I was like that. I'd have jumped down and been like, thank you, sir.
Right.
You know, it's like,
Because they try to paint us as savages.
Picture, like
We're savage barbarians living in their society.
You see some teenage kids in some hoodies, man. They make you cringe. They make a lot of people cringe.
They make you make it cringe. When it was already a part of the culture.
And you like,
they twisted it.
I just put on a hoodie.
Now I'm a criminal. Or I'm at least suspect.
Mm-hmm. When this is what you're telling me to dress like.
Right. To represent my hood. I'm keeping it hood by wearing a hood.
Well, this is what the basketball players wear, so. Now it's not okay.
Yeah, but we're not basketball players.
This what these Michael Jordans. You know, y'all love Michael Jordans. These Michael Jordans on my feet.
Right.
You see Adidas on it. Come on, man.
That motherfucker.
My hoodie, man. You see his thing?
Where what he's giving. Those are going to be to
some
all.
those
are going to be to all European-run nonprofit corporations who are going to help to preserve the status quo. Okay, and he's going to get all of that $100 million back, $10 million at a time over the course of 10 years. I do my homework.
Yeah, Mike, stupid Mike.
He's a fucking. He is the prototypical Uncle Tom that motherfucking made it.
Yes, sir.
Cause
Sacrifice your father
as soon
to
as
do
he
it.
stopped playing basketball, he got rid of his African wife.
See, I ain't know all that.
Yeah, he has a European young wife and
Yeah.
has half European
I
children.
don't know about him right now.
Yes.
See, I
You
don't
didn't
really
know that?
about Mike like that.
He's married to a young, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Nordic-looking European and has mixed. He has African and European children. And left Juanita, nigga. But she is like 500 million in as a result of it, which is good. And you can tell he a selfish motherfucker. None of his sons are on his level or even near it. Why is that? He didn't teach them.
LeBron's sons is.
Yes, he is. Why is LeBron's sons?
Because he's active.
Because he teaches them.
You see him.
He teaches them.
Pushing them.
He made them celebrities before they could even read. LeVar Ball did it.
His sons.
He made his sons.
The greatest, but they there.
No, nigga, they're there. And his youngest son is his nigga. What's the one who was with the Lakers?
Oh yeah.
Lonzo, #1 pick overall, nigga.
Yeah. Great sneaker selling.
Come on, man. Now his brother, his baby brothers. His youngest brother about to be in for the draft. Number one.
Better than Lonzo.
Way better. And balls him out right now.
Right now, yeah.
Okay.
And he hard.
He hard.
Yeah, he alright.
Yeah, he gonna be a #1 draft pick.
For sure.
And get that bread. And people try to talk shit about LeVar and people try to talk shit about LeVar. LeVar is a genius.
Yeah, that's right.
LeVar is he's a living genius right now.
I'm gonna get the attention.
Say what you want to say about LeVar Ball, but he has made not only himself but all of his sons millionaires.
Yep.
And they still making money.
Yep.
And there's nothing you can say about him. And guess what? He says and does what he wants. He understands who he is. He understands who his children are. They're not black. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Pay me. Respect me, nigga. Talk all the shit you want to talk. Did the end justify the means? Hell to the motherfucking yeah.
I think for my own identity and my own future, man, I think I'm, definitely in a different understanding, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
and we need to start working on first of all, the true education, not indoctrination. We have to focus on the true education of our youth, because that's the only way it's going to change. Because most people are set in their ways and and see, this is the thing. Just like my children don't believe anything. My children do not believe in anything. My kids will say fuck Jesus Christ, because they know that it is a creation, it is a fabrication, it is a non-existent entity. Not a Jesus Christ never walked the earth in any human form, race, creed, or color. Never existed. Neither did Muhammad. Neither did Abraham.
Why is the science behind astrology so real?
Because that's one of the only things that was practiced in ancient time that has been passed down through the eons. That still holds truth. Okay, and astrologically, events have corresponded with the certain alignment of certain celestial bodies. So, the world is the world is the stage of the stars. And it only makes sense because we are made of star stuff.
Star seed?
Right.
Or something?
Yes.
Star dust.
No, we are
the
the same things that the sun that shines down upon us.
Right.
We are all composed of the same shit. It's just acts in different ways. and it is energy that is manifested differently. That's it.
There's something going on with the sun
Right.
going through me.
The sun has a
And then the
consciousness.
moon.
The
And
sun.
then
The sun
everything
is
around me,
God.
I'm feeling it.
Right.
I'm feeling it. You know, it's like,
Sun is God. The sun is God. Without the sun, the earth could not exist.
Can't be here.
The sun creates all of the conditions as well as the elements that we utilize on the earth right now.
What made
The
us
sun.
pick here to say, you know what, this whatever this thing we doing here, we're gonna do it as here on this playing field.
You're right. Manifested by the sun.
What made us though pick Earth though? We're gonna do this thing here. This is the thing we're gonna do.
Well, I understand. I understand the perspective in which that you're looking at it through, but you have to understand one thing fundamentally: life is a constant throughout the universe,
right,
and the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And African culture teaches that. Dogon culture teaches that. That there are many cultures that have grown and existed and exist right now outside of Earth. Earth is just another manifestation of the very same thing on a different plane under different circumstances. There is a cosmic consciousness that is governed by energy and life. And the thing that makes it so awesome, it is manifested in so many different ways.
What's his name said? He said there's another planet, the same thing going on there.
Right.
Going on here.
Right. Already put it together.
Yeah, I like that.
With people who look exactly like us and know exactly who they are and have been able to progress from where they were up until this point, and technology at their point is like fucking magic.
Yeah. And they're trying to contact us, holla at us, but
right. But we can't reach them.
European won't let that happen.
Right.
He don't want that happen.
Right.
But that's too much knowledge right there. But we probably been contacted. Yep, we probably already been contacted.
Yes. Because you have to understand, one thing that set Nikola Tesla apart from most scientists of his time and even now, Nikola Tesla understood something called the ether. Do you know what the ether is?
Mm-mm.
The ether is the force of energy that encloses our terrestrial ball. Okay? Which means is that everything that has ever been done on this planet is still here. It's the information, the words that were spoken, the plans that were made, everything is still here. Nikola Tesla created a wireless transveyance system of electricity for the world. And Westinghouse disallowed him from doing that because Nikola Tesla did not want to put a meter on it. How can you put a meter on energy that is 0 point and is created from the atmosphere?
Stop.
Hit me with that razor, man. Yeah.
Cut it all off. I want it clean.
She want me to have a sharp haircut, man. I told her.
I don't want.
No, I've done it before you before.
I don't even remember it.
Well,
So
hell,
it's been too
I have
long.
pictures, so I can tell you. I totally have pictures. Yeah, man, you know I like it clean. And you so cold with the razor, man. You so cold.